Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Welcome here. Gonna talk about some Marvel Cinematic Universe, some Disney Infinity, and Doctor Strange. And I've got special guest Lim, aka Bad Gamer, who's gonna join me for today's podcast. Let me click over to Lim, and we'll say what's up. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic.
Thank you so much for joining me. This is my second sort of Google Hangouts podcast, something I'm sort of doing new. I just bought a webcam, microphone, and I'm running the controls and looking at the show notes, and I got photos and things like that to share. So if you guys are watching live, thanks a bunch for watching. I know you're sort of an old pro at this, right?
Yes, absolutely. Playing around on Getting Up with Geeks on Res TV and Disney Infinity TV. So I'm kind of the Marvel guy over on Disney Infinity TV with Lloyd.
Yeah, you guys do the Disney. So let's see. Let me break it down. Do Res TV is that sort of Lego and nerdy stuff?
Yeah, it's if it's geeky, it's probably on there. So
what about and tell me about the Disney Infinity podcast?
Yeah, the Disney Infinity podcast is inside Disney Infinity. But it's part of Disney Infinity TV, where we do streaming of Disney Infinity. We have several different streamers. We have morning streams, afternoon streams, evening shows. So DisneyInfinity.tv. And I have a morning show, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on Tuesday mornings.
Awesome. That's the Breakfast with Bad Gamer, where you
yes.
eat cereal and play video games.
Yes.
I've seen some of the archives. So, all right, let me get up my first picture here. Bear with me, guys, when it comes to the screen sharing and stuff like that. I'm kind of new to this game, so let me present that to everybody. Okay, so you guys should be seeing a Civil War photo there. So our topic tonight, we're gonna go comic-y here. We got Captain America: Civil War will be out next week in the U.S. I think Europe actually has it this weekend. So Lim and I want to sort of break down the teams, both teams, comparing the comics and the treatment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe leading up to the movie. We're going to talk about each of the characters individually. So that's kind of tonight's topic, and then also we'll get into some Disney Infinity, maybe some Marvel Battlegrounds, and some Doctor Strange. So first of all, maybe we should let the cat out of the hat. Lim, are you Team Iron Man or Team Captain America?
Well, I'm the guy that feels like you have to stay true to yourself. Be you, do who you are. So I'm Team Cap all the way.
Team Cap, all right. Yeah. I'm with you. So we're in synergy here. I'm Team Captain America. I'm more of a fan of the Captain America movies than the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark is just a little too full of himself for my personal taste.
I think he was typecast with Robert Downey Jr.
So let me give a few shout outs. We are live. This is live streaming. It's unedited. FC203 is in the house. Gamer Family 808. Aloha.
Aloha.
E-Gamer, Joseph, Trevon Yates, and Infinity Fan says we are divided. Ren. I don't know what Ren means. Does that mean something? We are divided. Ren.
Gamer Family and Infinifan are divided. Gamer Family is Ren. And they are Team Iron Man. So and Infinifan is Team Cap, I believe.
All right, so let's get started. Let's get started with hang on, let me get camera on me here. All right, let's get started with breaking down the characters. So it's clear that you are a comic fan, right?
Absolutely.
Is it Make Mine Marvel for you, or
every day Excelsior, baby?
All right, let me get my first image up here. So we're gonna start off with Captain America himself. Let me present that to everybody. Okay, so here's Captain America. We'll start off with Team Cap. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts, since we're both sort of with him. Why do you like him? And let's talk a bit about how he compares to sort of like the movies treatment and the comic book treatment so far.
Well, I like Cap. The reason I like Cap is because, like I said earlier, he is true to himself. He's an emotional guy. He comes off as a good strategist, but realistically, he follows his heart, and that's something I can get behind. You know, follows his heart, does what's right, believes in his country, believes in his friends, believes in his family, and he's there for them the whole time. And so I can get behind that. And for the most part, the early on Cap was that way. Now, as you get later into some, like especially in the mid 90s, you know, Cap gets a little convoluted, but for the most part, he was, you know, he's that true, tried and true. If you need something, the Boy Scouts got your back.
The Boy Scouts got your back. Now, Captain America's powers are super soldier. Sort of, you know, I think this is the same in the comic book and the movie. Kind of a scrawny kid with a heart of gold, I guess, that was sort of super shot with super serum, and scientists, you know, baked him to be a super soldier. And then he was back in the fighting in World War One, I believe. World War II, okay. And then got frozen. I kind of forget how he got frozen, but then got saved again. So is this the same kind of, you know, it seems like the comic book and movie treatment has been very similar.
Very, very similar. And it doesn't hurt that he's from Brooklyn. So
yes. I'm not wearing a Brooklyn. I usually have Brooklyn t-shirt. I think I was wearing a Brooklyn t-shirt last week's or last night's podcast. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's talk. Let's put his opposing force on the screen here, and let me screenshot. Let me present to everybody Iron Man, the opposite, Tony Stark, the rich billionaire. Actually, you know, the son of the other Stark. I'm forgetting his dad's name at the moment. Howard, yes, that's right. I was thinking Howard Hughes in my mind. I'm sure they sort of patterned him after them. So let's talk some Tony Stark, Iron Man. So what are some of his abilities and powers, Iron Man's abilities?
First off, he's crazy smart. I mean, to the point that his knowledge is not, it doesn't equal wisdom. In some points, sometimes he's got lots of knowledge, but he walks that line with the arrogance. So his first superpower is his brain, which I dig. I like it, but the arrogance that he has is a little much.
So yeah, I guess when you bring up his brain, so it doesn't really technically have superpower in the comic or the movies. I guess he's a genius, brilliant, and can sort of manufacture things to his advantage. Does he ever get superpowers at all in comic lore?
If you count the arc reactor that he had in his chest, then that's his superpower. It's, you know, it's manufactured piece that's keeping shrapnel out of his body.
Yeah, he's got the extra little juice there, kind of going there. I see our chat is divided with who therefore Team Cap between Iron Man. Something the Marvel Cinematic Universe hasn't really touched on that was, I remember, a big thing in the comics was Tony Stark's alcoholism. Do you think that that's something we'll kind of see in the movies at all?
I would have liked to see that early on. In the movies, I think we've come too far to where Tony's come full circle to being a good leader, and I think it's going to be hard for them to pull that in this instance because they're at war, and it was a pity party pretty much for him, and they kind of touched on it in Iron Man 2. When he was doing the DJ deal and he was getting drunk, and they touched on it a little bit more in Iron Man 3 when he was feeling sorry for himself when Aldrich Killian. Oh, sorry, spoiler alerts. If you haven't seen it yet,
we may have some spoilers of past movies. No, nothing about upcoming stuff though.
Right. Where the Mandarin destroyed his house and all that jazz, and he got caught into a little bit of a pity party, but nothing at all like in the comic books where he was just straight out alcoholic. So I don't think that they're going to do it.
Maybe they'll save that for the reboot once Robert Downey Jr.'s paycheck is so high and they need to reboot things. They'll be like, well, we haven't done this story at all.
Yes.
You're getting some shout outs in chat. Legendary Writers in chat and eGamer9999. That's tough.
Ethan.
Ethan. Let me see.
Yeah.
My dog over here is hearing other dogs barking outside, so you may hear some of my scout get a little cameo on the podcast. Do you have any animals, Lim?
We do. I do have animals. I have 5. 3 of them are human. So I got 3 kids and 2 cats. So you may hear the kids. The cats stay really quiet.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me see. Let's get over to another character. Are we doing good here? Are we pacing things well? You getting to say all you want about these characters?
I think we're doing really good.
All right. So here we got Ant-Man. So now I'm more into like the classic Ant-Man, like the new Ant-Man is kind of like a little past when I was into comics and stuff. Scott Lang. So like seeing the movie and some of that story stuff was kind of fresh to me. So what's your sort of take on the comic treatment versus kind of the movie treatment of Ant-Man?
When I first heard Ant-Man was coming out, I was so excited to see cocky Hank Pym coming out and getting his swagger on a little bit. And then when I saw the movie, because I have the rule of one trailer if I can help it, and then go see a movie.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. Like people are like, have you seen the new X-Men trailer? Have you seen this and that? I'm like, just the teaser is all I need. I don't need to go like that far into the spoilers on the trailers.
Absolutely, but I think that what they did in the movie, it was a fun movie, but the treatment that they've had in the animated Avengers movies of Hank Pym could have been what they did in the new movies. In the new movie.
So I should mention also that Ant-Man, of course, is Team Captain America. So we're gonna stay on Captain America's team for now. So how do you think sort of Ant-Man fits in? Is he a good soldier? Is he gonna what kind of things is he gonna do to help out?
I think he's gonna be the wild card. It's gonna be hard for them to rein him in. I think he's gonna be starstruck still. Because in Ant-Man, he went up against Falcon, and he's a big fan. He's like, "Oh, big fan. Hi, I'm Scott." I think he's gonna be starstruck, and oh my gosh, I'm kind of hanging with these guys. Fantastic, great, but I think he's going to be. He's going to mess up at some point.
Drop the ball. Well, he's definitely one of the more powerful on Team Captain America. Team Captain America, we get Captain America, Winter Soldier, Falcon, Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye are like the official team. I know I might be missing some of the extras that they're tossing in, but these are the big ones. So out of that group, to me, he looks like one of the most powerful if you factor in some of the upcoming things he's going to be doing.
Yeah, he is. He's. I would wager that there is one more powerful than him on that team.
All right.
But we haven't talked about that.
Well, tell me. I'll bring up the photo on Team Cap. I'll bring him up next.
Scarlet Witch.
Okay. I'll bring her up next. All right.
Yes.
So yeah, Scarlet Witch. All right, let me screen share.
Okay.
This is a great picture of Scarlet Witch, the actress playing her.
Oh, that's fantastic. She's spooky.
There we go. Scarlet Witch is on Team Cap. So in the comic books, she's actually, kind of a romance with the Vision. Spoiler alert for comics 20 years ago. But now she's kind of mixed, because the Vision is over on Team Iron Man. So I think it seems like with the way they're treating her in the movie and the comics seems similar. I mean, she's kind of still new, kind of a witchcrafter. Tell me a little bit about Scarlet Witch's powers, what she could do.
Okay, in the comic book, Scarlet Witch is actually the daughter of Magneto.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot all about the Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and the Magneto connection.
Yes, and which in the movie when they said enhanced, I was like, because they can't use the term mutant because it's Marvel Cinematic Universe. versus Fox. But they enhanced her. In the comic books, she basically, her hex bolts are not reality changing, but probability changing. So that's why I think she kind of bends space and time to her will. There's a book called The Science of the X-Men, and it went through her powers, and oh my gosh, it's fantastic. It makes you, like, the way that they talk about it is, this could actually exist.
Some real science into the Marvel universe there.
Yes, and I think she is actually one of the most powerful people on that team.
So yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Ant-Man, probably the two most powerful. So who counters Scarlet Witch and who counters Ant-Man? Let's talk some battling there.
Okay. I would believe that the one that's going to counter Scarlet Witch the most, although some might think it would be a Black Widow action.
Okay.
But I personally believe it's the Vision.
Vision. So that when we talk Team Iron Man, I'm going to mention how Vision, I think, is the most powerful over on that side.
Yes, absolutely. But
and maybe he'll swoon her with some romance or some charm. maybe she throws a charm on Vision and that's how she gets him or something, right?
It's a possibility. That's how most ladies get the guy.
So let's see who's next on the list here. Let me call up some more people. We got from the I was gonna say the star of the last movie there with Captain America. Whoops, sorry, I screen saved too quickly. All right, hang on. Present to everybody.
Oh yeah, look at him.
There it is. All right. You may see him flash on the screen, disappear for a second, but we got Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Are they calling him like Winter Soldier in the in the thing, or are they going to be calling him Bucky Barnes now that he's a good guy?
I would still hope they call him the Winter Soldier, because that's the Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes was a 12-year-old in tights.
Yeah,
in the comics, and then the Winter Soldier is, if you don't know, Bucky supposedly died in the comic books. He was Cap's sidekick. Think Robin to Batman, and he supposedly died in the comic books, and he did not. So.
Now, Bucky's the one in the comic books I probably know the least of. I was a sidekick for Captain America. Did he ever have powers or anything in the comics?
He was, honestly, to me, he was just the Marvel's Robin.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It was kind of a sidekick, and then I do seem to remember vaguely that he kind of took over the Captain America mantle at some point. And he had a gun and a shield or something, so they kind of tied in that. Am I missing any? Is he ever gonna have? I guess now in the movies he has superpowers, right?
Yeah. He's got. He's pretty much the Captain America's foil. As far as strength, agility, reflexes. He's just the other side of Captain America. So the darker side of Cap, if Cap would have went through what he did.
The darker side. All right, we get some chat. Infinity Fans' powers, he's got a metal arm. The Legendary Rider says he's not a Bucky fan. And then Oi Jitsu says he's totally the Jason Todd of the Marvel Universe. Yeah, Jason Todd.
Yes.
Totally agrees with you on that.
Absolutely, Jason Todd.
Yeah, although Jason Todd has kind of come back now and become like a major player, villain sort of thing. Isn't he like? I know we're moving over to DC land, but yeah, we'll see Bucky becomes big star.
Yeah, if we need DC help, we can talk to Legendary Rider. She's all over the Batman.
So Winter Soldier's team Captain America, who can stop the bullet? Who can stop his bullet?
Team
Iron Man.
Gee whiz. I'm gonna have to go. Well, I don't know about stopping the bullet, but we've already seen he's gonna take a beating from Black Panther. So I think that Black Panther and Bucky Barnes or Winter Soldier. I think that's what we can expect. A lot of that.
All right, let's get another character here on the screen while you put your toy away. sorry, collectible figurine. Okay, so how about Falcon now? We got sticking with Team Captain America. Now, as far as I know, Falcon doesn't have superpowers in the comic book. I mean, I guess he's kind of tough and strong and has the power of flight and bombs and guns and things like that. Is there anything I'm missing? What does the Falcon have at his disposal?
He has officially SHIELD training, I believe.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, he is a SHIELD agent turned superhero. And
there he is. I like the props. Kids in chat now are probably saying, who's that figure? That doesn't look anything like him. It's
yes.
Weird how those Disney Infinity figures, by the way, if you're new to the Disney Infinity universe, Lim is holding up.
Yes, that Falcon is actually more like the original Falcon in the comic books.
Oi Jitsu says he's bulletproof. Well, he may have some armor or something. I'm not quite sure if he's bulletproof. So is there anything that they're doing in Marvel Universe with Falcon that hasn't been done in the comic or vice versa?
They made him look normal.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bright tights.
He's
ready.
less of a target.
yeah, less of a target if he's flying around. So that's good.
And they made him. Oh, they didn't give him that the telepathic. I forget exactly how they say it, but he's got a bird in the comics that he has a link with, and they didn't do that in the movies.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he's actually got a Falcon.
So, like in the comics, he's got a Falcon that kind of tags along. If somebody messes him up, he can send the real Falcon out to take him out.
Yes.
Okay, I'm learning something new. Chat room, did you know that about Falcon? This is why we have Bad Gamer on the channel here to give us some stuff. Infinity fans says I'm new here. I don't believe that. This Oi Jitsu guy's convinced that Black Panther's bulletproof. Okay, I think he was talking about Black Panther bulletproof. We'll switch over to Black Panther shortly.
Okay. Yes.
First, we got one more to go. If you guys are fans of the West Coast Avengers, you might recognize old. There we go, old Hawkeye on screen there. Oh wait! You hold that. I got the image. Yep. If I am screen sharing it correctly, there we go. So there's Hawkeye. I'm trying to watch the delay, which is about 15 seconds to make sure I'm doing everything right. Okay, so Hawkeye, he's OG Avenger. Doesn't really have superpowers, but it's just crazy. The arrows, different exploding arrows, poison arrows. Well, let's talk about Hawkeye's, how he differs from sort of the comic and the movie. I think in the movie he's more of a spy character or something.
Yes. In the comic books, he's got more attitude in the comics. I would say that him and Tony in the comics, I don't believe they did, but they might butt heads a little bit more if they actually brought that same personality type onto the screen, because there's so much alike. In the comic books, he's just headstrong and passionate about what he's doing. And in the movies, he's a little bit more laid back. And there's your Disney Infinity.
There he is. Sweet. He's one of my fun ones to play in Battlegrounds. We'll talk about Battlegrounds a little bit, but I like his quick range attacks and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got, oh my gosh, him and Merida. But we're not talking Disney.
Somebody in chat, Ojitsu said the bird was called Red Wing. So
yes, that's it, Red Wing. Thank you.
All right, let me pull up. So let's go over to Team Iron Man now. The evil Team Iron Man. So here we got Warhammer, aka I guess Iron Patriot, War Machine.
War Machine.
Yes, War Machine. My bad. War Machine, James Rhodes, Iron Patriot. Pretty much Tony Stark's buddy, and like the guy who gets the leftover armor. Is that a good way to say it? And
he's got, well, I wouldn't say leftover armor. He's got one suit.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't have like 20 suits like Tony Stark seemed to have.
Right.
But it looks like kind of went from Iron Patriot, which is one suit, to now kind of the War Machine is like an upgrade, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What actually and what happened in the movie was that he had Iron Patriot, and then in the third one, they said, "What do you want?" No, sorry, second one. What do you want on it? And he said, "I want everything. I want it all." And so it was a big war machine. So, Rhodes, he's not. I think they portrayed Rhodes well in the movie compared to the comic books. I'm not a big fan of War Machine.
What was the what was kind of the genesis in the comic books? Like, how come Rhodes took over as Iron Man for a while? Was it because of the Tony Stark falling into alcohol, or was he injured or something?
If I remember correctly, that was way back.
Yeah. Well, I'm OG with the comics.
Yeah, so, that was way back, and that's what I remember it being. Was that he took over because Tony just couldn't hack it, and so somebody had to be Iron Man. But then because of how he was handling it all, he became War Machine.
Your buddy E-Gamer says Arrow would win between Hawkeye and him. Do you think Arrow and Hawkeye is a good matchup we'll ever see at some point in the future?
That would be cool. That would be very cool. I think that Arrow and Hawkeye. Oh, actually, I think that happened.
Was there a crossover thing?
In the Amalgam series when it was DC versus Marvel, and they had a panel. I think they had a panel where Arrow and Hawkeye were in the same panel and shooting arrows together.
Was it like both arrows that just like hit head on? Is that what happened?
They were shooting together. They were aiming together, so it was like paired up because they knew that they would kill each other. So.
All right, we're going to stick on Team Iron Man here. We got Black Panther, who will be getting his own solo movie in, I guess, 2 years from now or something. It seems like forever now.
Yes.
So Black Panther, I remember him in comics as kind of a character kind of pop up from time to time. Couldn't really tell you much about him other than he's kind of has his own kingdom and they supply some of the special rare metals and stuff. Can you catch me a little bit up to speed on his abilities?
He is also a genius. Number one, genius, millionaire, philanthropist. He's pretty much Wakanda's Tony Stark.
All right.
Without an arc reactor. And there is the Disney Infinity #1 Black Panther. But he is the reason that I forget who said it in the chat, said that Black Panther is bulletproof is because he uses vibranium in almost everything he does, and vibranium is what Cap's shield is made out of.
Okay, yeah. So so does he actually have powers? Is he like a super soldier?
If I remember correctly, there is some sort of mystic something that goes along with the Black Panther. That's one comic I didn't read a whole lot of. But if I remember correctly, T'Challa has some mystic power as well as the technology that he uses to protect his kingdom. When he first starts out, it's all his dad was killed by something. It's a white gorilla guy, not Gorilla Grodd, but
I was thinking Grodd. Yeah, that's DC, right?
Yeah, that's DC.
How about a Wampa? We'll go with that. Right?
Yeah. Oh, he was killed. Yeah, his dad was killed by a Wampa. And then who took over the kingdom, and he came back and got the kingdom back. and they had the largest deposit of vibranium on the planet.
I see our resident Wikipedia in chat, Oi Jujutsu there is saying that he's agile and superpowered by spirits in Africa. So he's definitely a comic book, thumbs up to you for participating in the comic book lore. So how do you think that he is going to be treated sort of in this, I guess we haven't seen him, outside of the trailers and stuff. Do you think that they're being faithful to the comic book and the movies?
I can't really say, because all we've seen is him really all I've seen anyway is him whomping on Winter Soldier and then trying to take Cap's shield. That's all I've seen.
Yeah. I feel like he's been like, kind of, there hasn't been a whole lot. And I haven't even seen the second trailer. I've only seen the first one because I'm trying to avoid, the whatever spoilers I can. So I guess he's one of the mains I use in Marvel Battlegrounds because he's really quick and just kind of rushing down characters like him and Hulk and stuff. So I'm jumping ahead, but I'm so excited about using the characters to fight and play with.
Yes.
All right, I got the next picture here now. You can't talk over this for a few seconds. We got to let this image breathe for a few seconds while before we start talking about Miss Scarlett Johansson, aka Black Widow. All right, we can talk again. So
ScarJo. ScarJo.
Now, I don't, in the comics, like back in the day, like I don't even remember her much in the comics. I remember she was sort of around, but they've really turned her into like a major player in some of the movies and, the casting and stuff. So what are, I'll throw it to you. What are some of Black Widow's powers in the comics and how does that translate into the movies?
She's a tactician. So she's got a lot of weaponry. She's very agile, acrobatic. And she's sneaky, crazy sneaky.
And I like the gadgets, like when she's fighting with the soldier, she kind of tosses the little eraso, tech thing and stuff. How do you think being sort of a former Russian agent or whatever she was, KGB, will that factor in? Will she call up some old buddies to join her out in the fight or something? Does she have allies?
Nope, she's not gonna do that. She's a really good loner. She helps on the team, but I mean, she'll take off when she needs, like in the comics anyway. She'll take off, come back. She's like a cat. Okay, hey, I'm here. I caught your mouse. I'll be back in a second.
So do you think that Black Panther being over on Team Iron Man, will there be any romance at all? Now she's kind of jumped from Captain America to they kissed, in the last movie. Will there be any romance going on over there on Team Iron Man?
I don't think so. She's got the Hulk. So, I mean, after you have the Hulk, really, there's no other guy.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere after the Hulk. All right, let me bring up, speaking of a romance here, let me bring up the smooth operator himself, the Vision, who I'm a huge Vision fan. I think his first appearance was like Avengers, like 58 or 59 or some way back in the day. Ultron created him. He was an android. He's got flight, laser. He can go in super solid with his density. Well, what other powers does Vision have? What am I missing?
Well, you see that yellow stone in the middle of his head?
Yes,
that's very important. I'm trying to find the information because what I've got here, guys, I've got some reference materials. Got my Marvel masterpiece cards here that talk about all this stuff. But that is an Infinity Stone.
And that matches up with the comic lore as well as the movie lore, the Infinity Stone.
Yes. Let's see here. Vision. This one doesn't talk about it. Oh well. But they haven't really mentioned it in the movies, but those of us that know that's an Infinity Stone, and because we're building toward the Infinity War, it's got to come into play.
We got some comments in chat. We've got Ujitsu says Hulk is her boyfriend. Infinity Fan says, okay, I admit Vision is a badass in that photo. And then we got a heart Vision with a heart from Gamer Family 808. So and then Legendary Rise says Mind Stone is unstoppable. So maybe the Mind Stone, and maybe he's gonna throw that at Scarlet Witch and whoever. Am I imagining that they're gonna hook up at all? Is this a waste?
I think you can dreams need to be dreamt, and if you can dream it, you can do it.
Oh boy.
I had to do it.
All right, so the mystery character. So have I gotten everybody? We got Team Iron Man, Team Captain America. We sort of broke them down. The mystery one is Spider-Man. I'll bring that up. Am I missing anybody at all that's a major player?
Not on the hero side. I mean, I don't think Fury is in this one. I can't remember. Is Fury in this one?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed like if he's popped up in the trailer. So we'll put him as a question mark.
Right.
But here's okay. So here we got the new Spider-Man, revamped, revitalized, back home. Oh.
I'm
forgetting the actor playing this. What's his name? Todd something. Gosh, I just drawn a blank.
I can't. Now that you ask. That's what you get when you get two older guys together.
It's like I got a million things on my screen open up there. Okay, so Spider-Man. Now, I haven't seen the second trailer, so I've only seen like images of him with the Cap's shield, stuff like that. But I guess to kind of make him young. So Spider-Man's powers in comic book is spider senses, super strength. I guess he was sort of a genius or brainiac, kind of make webbing fluid.
He did everything himself. Like all the stuff that he had, he did himself. So he's a seamstress and a wrestler and a photographer, a journalist, a high schooler, a superhero, and an all-around good nephew. I mean, this kid is unbelievable.
But did you is high schooler a superpower?
Yes. High schooler. High school. If you can survive high school, you have superpowers.
So how do you think the treatment has been thus far from the vibe that you're getting with Spider-Man? Is it going to be true? Is he going to have webbing as a button he pushes, or like a mechanical thing, or is it going to be in his blood? What are those things now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Spider-Man?
Okay, they haven't really, from what I understand, they haven't really said whether he's doing web shooters or natural. I hope they don't go back to natural. That just weirded me out.
Yeah.
He, that the web shooters need to happen because that's part of who he is. When we look at who's playing him, he's, I believe at most he's going to be a junior in high school at most, which I think was great. I think that's a great cast. The suit looks like a lot like the original suit, and just the mannerism and that one line. I did see the second trailer of this one with him showing up. That one line just sounded like I'm like, oh my gosh, here is this junior in high school or high school student that is plopped in the middle of the superhero battle. He's kind of new to it all, and he's like, "Hi guys."
I'll probably peep the next trailer right before I see it or something. I just want to maybe refresh. We also forgot to mention his good photographer.
Yes,
as a power. That's a power.
Yes, it is. Being a great photographer is a superpower.
So cool. Well, I think we got the whole like Team Cap, Team Iron Man breaking it down. I know some of you guys, Legendary Rider says he looks OP. He's talking about Spider-Man, and E-Gamer says he loves Spider-Man. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Do you have a Spider-Man figure near you?
Good Lord, yes. I have two, but I brought out Classic.
There you go, Classic. So let's switch gears here. Let's see. We kind of jumped a little bit with back and forth about Marvel Battlegrounds, but if you guys didn't know, Lim and I are both Disney Infinity fans. That's kind of how we hooked up and communicated online on the internet. And Marvel Battlegrounds is a place where about 20 Marvel characters can play and fight. It's 4v4 local brawler. So let's talk who you liking, who you playing with, who you disliking, maybe.
I am definitely a Black Panther guy. Love Black Panther. Just for that quickness. He's fantastic. And then when you throw down the power disc where he can throw his the Black Panther shurikens is what I just call them. I don't know if that's the actual name, but he throws those down. Love them. Captain America. I don't play as him much, and I'm talking the new Captain America, First Avenger, Cap. I don't play as him much, but someone has played against me as him and kicked my butt numerous times.
Yeah, Caps. Well, Caps. He's tough. He's one of my faves. Actually have my Captain America here too. So we got bromance, and I got my Iron Man. Team Iron Man and Captain America. My little toy props. So yeah, I use Captain America. I like Hulk a lot. Hulk's good for rushing down people, getting them in a corner. If you can get people in a corner with Hulk and just bash them around and stuff, that's good. And then I kind of use that strategy with Black Panther. I would say the characters that are weird to me are the ones who fly, like Vision, Iron Man, Nova, because the flying is weird. You get up there and you're kind of hovering around, and then you have to like push a button to like drop down, and I haven't really mastered the timing of that. How do you feel about the flying characters?
The flying characters, I don't play a lot with just because they fly. And like you said, the timing it's crucial. The one that if you level them up properly though, Vision is incredible, absolutely incredible. And because he's got the long range. Tony Stark has got. Iron Man's got the long range. I haven't played with Falcon. Honestly, I haven't played with Falcon much.
Falcon's pretty good. He flies, but he's fast and agile. So that's good. And then if you haven't played with Star-Lord, he's got this great like supercharged blast that he shoots. That's pretty OP. That if you catch, it takes a few seconds to charge it up, but if you get somebody with that, it's pretty good.
Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, my second favorite is Yondu.
Oh yeah, Yondu surprised me. Yondu and Green Goblin, like some of the villains, they actually made pretty good.
Yes, Yondu with his arrow, with the ricochet. Oh my gosh, he can just tear people up.
All right, let me see. We're getting some stuff. Ojutsu says Hulk can stun if you hold down the attack, but I'm gonna have to try that. And then Legendary Writer said Hulk is too slow. Vision is savage. And then Ojutsu says Nick Fury's OP. And then E-Gamer is a big fan of Groot. I like Groot a lot. He's got some stretch, some reach on him.
Yes, absolutely he does.
Infinity Fan 80 also said Groot is better than he thought.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that Groot was just going to be slow and cumbersome, but he was able to he's really able to get that good reach underground. You never know where it's going to come from. So, and then he's got a good shield too, and he can give himself life again too. So, it's really nice.
All right, we got a few more minutes. Let's talk Doctor Strange. We're sticking with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, comic books. And what's going on there? So Doctor Strange will be kind of the next big Marvel Cinematic Universe. I guess we'll have the X-Men movie as well, but that's not in the MCU. Yeah. So Doctor Strange for me was a defender. He was kind of a third stringer. Like, hey, he's around when stuff goes down. You call him up, and he'll do some hocus pocus on you. Couldn't really tell you much about Doctor Strange. Lim, do you know much more about Doctor Strange, and how do you feel about how you think they're going to treat him in these movies universe?
You know what? Doctor Strange for me was always a background character. I know about him. I know that. I know his origin story. That he was literally a doctor, and his last name was Strange. So, and he was just this again with the arrogance. A lot of our good guys started out as arrogant punks.
They need to get brought down, humbleized or something.
Spider-Man started out as an arrogant punk. Well, he actually started out as a nerd, then turned arrogant punk, then back to a humble guy. But Doctor Strange was humbled. You know, he was a surgeon and he lost the use of his hands. And he searched the world so that he can get his hands back. And he ended up finding this, I believe it was Tibetan monastery, and got to know the mystic arts. Never was able to do anything as far as surgery again with his hands, but learned the mystic arts, and it went from there. I just, like I said, I knew him as kind of a background character. To me, if he wasn't in the original Secret Wars, if you were in the original Secret Wars, you were a background character.
Oh, yeah, the Secret Wars, that had everybody in it. So real quickly though, what was your impression when you saw the trailer? Doctor Strange movie.
I was surprised that I wanted to see this movie. Honestly, when I saw the Doctor Strange trailer, I wanted to see that more than I wanted to see Ant-Man, which I really wanted to see what happened with Ant-Man. And I actually wanted to see that. I wanted to see Doctor Strange more than I wanted to see and forgive me here, guys, I know I'm going to get some hate, but Captain America Winter Soldier. I want to see Doctor Strange more than I wanted to see at that time Winter Soldier.
Okay. I'm the complete opposite. I saw and I thought, wow, this is Inception 2. It didn't seem interesting to me at all. I'm not a Cumberbatch fan at all. I'm sorry. I'll get the hate for that, saying I'm not a big Cumberbatch fan. Let me give a quick shout out to Evilos and Sprinkles Cat TV jumped in.
What's up, guys?
A little late to the party, but this will be archived on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoinOpTV. So anything I'm missing before we wrap things up with what's the kind? I know we didn't talk about X-Men all, but we're just kind of sticking to the MCU comics.
Those are my babies, man. When you talk X-Men, I got to be there.
Yeah, we'll bring you back. Maybe we'll do a maybe after Apocalypse or something in a few weeks. We'll do a little recap or after thing, because I love the Apocalypse story and X-Men and all that was just much love, and I like both versions of the last movie. Do you have a favorite of the two versions? Do you have the Blu-ray of the two versions of the last X-Men movie?
No, I didn't get both. I got the original when it came out, and then when the road cut came out, I was like, oh man.
Oh, you gotta double dip, because you just trade in the other one, because the road cut has both versions on it, so you get both. So yeah, go for it. So, all right, well, hey, thanks a bunch to all you in the chat. Let me see if I can just open up the chat window here. eGamer, Evilos, Galaxy Red, Infinity Fan, 80, Ojitsu, Legendary Rider, Mr. Marvel, Art Dizzle, Sprinkles Cat TV, Trevon Yates. I know a bunch of other people kind of came and gone and stuff like that. Thanks a bunch for watching. This is kind of a new thing. I'm doing some podcasting, grabbing some of my friends, talking it up to you guys. If you guys watch it and like it, I'll keep doing more. If nobody's into it, then I'll just keep playing some games and, playing some games and not seeing my face and some friends. But shout outs to you, Lim. Make sure you check out Bad Gamer on Twitter and Res TV and
it's
Infinity TV.
It's Bad Gamer Official on Twitter. It's Bad Gamer Official, which is my Instagram, but I had to take the L off, and then Res TV and Disney Infinity TV.
Yeah, I'll put in the show notes when I archive this the links to Lim stuff. So thanks a bunch, all you guys, for watching, and thank you, sir, for jumping in and chatting some Marvel. It was a bunch of fun. We'll see you guys on the next live stream. Take care.
Peace.
Adios.